Hello, Divine Ones. This is Fairy Dust 1111, and thank you so much for tuning in. And so this is a video about the 3 hearts. So yes, we do have 3 hearts, and I will explain in this video, okay? So you have your physical heart, and then you have your emotional heart, and then you have your higher heart. So stay tuned. So with your lower heart, this is referring to the tissue. So we all learned about this in health class. So it pumps the information, aka also known as the blood, to the different parts of your body. And so it's giving out assignments. All right. And so what is blood? Blood is life. Blood carries information and energy. Okay. And so with that being said, it carries the DNA. So the DNA is the building blocks of life. All right. And so this is information that comes from your family, carries all your family history, even carries suppressed dormant DNA and activations. And so this is making reference to activations that you come in with. And so these are ones that cannot be blocked or stopped. And so how they would say that someone is gifted, if you will, they may have certain talents and abilities. And then you have the suppressed DNA. And so with the suppressed DNA, this is making reference to the activations that will happen throughout your 3D experience. Okay. All right. And so as you continue to go through these different activations, tower moments, people have epiphany moments, if you will. And these are different spiritual pockets that are opened up, or portals, if you will, opened up so that those activations can come through. And so when you come from your higher self, you know, so your higher self co-created with the spirit, the divine source. And so your divine will was created, and this is your purpose in life. And so with your divine self, you're stripped of your divinity when you're placed here into limitations. Okay. And so with those limitations, you are condensed into the suppressed 3D mental, the suppressed 3D body. And so when you were born, you were carrying on the traits of your family heredity, your family history, as well as the different suppressions that they had, as well as the different activations that they had in the 3D. Okay. And then you have your spiritual family. And so this is like almost similar to a family tree, if you will, but on the spiritual realms. And so with those unified activations that you have, there will also be the building blocks within your blood. I'm sorry. And then you have your personal activations. And so this is also talking about karma, if you will. So how we will have the collective, the connected karma, that we will have karma from our family karma, and then we have our own individual karma. And so karma is nothing but change of circumstance. Okay. And so this is also talking about information. Okay. So when I was talking about those gateways that they call, you see on the screen where it's explaining the scientific phrase for the way how the blood flows. But anyways, and so this is just for a visual for you guys. Okay. And so what happens is that with that information, and so as you go through these different activations, which are called tower moments, and what people would say karma, like karma is coming back to get you. Oh no. But this is nothing but change of circumstance. And so that's why it will be a tower moment. And so you think about collapsing. This would be like collapsing, or I hear collapsing arteries, but also to opening up veins and arteries. And so it's just the way how you, depending on the way how you want to look at it. But anyway, it's so therefore that with these tower moments, that karmic energy can change. And so therefore what happens is an activation point. And that's when you will receive new signs and synchronicities, and the abilities to recognize those signs and synchronicities. These are when those other gifts are brought to life within you. And so if you really were to go back, I don't know, some people may journal. Some people, if you will actually go back to different tower moments or major epiphany moments in your life, that you will realize that it was probably surrounded by what they would call karma. Now moving on to your emotional heart. So your emotional heart is your energetic field. Emotions, they are energy and motion. And so this is moods, perspectives. People could even call it energies, angels, spirits, I mean, it's all synonymous. And so I do have over on the Patreon page, I do have a video entitled Energy and How to Master Your Energy. Okay. And so with that being said, then we're going to discuss the second heart. So the second heart is very, very important. Okay. And it's in between the physical heart as well as the higher heart. And I will actually get to the higher heart next. And so we just left from the physical heart. And so the way how the emotional heart works is all based on emotions. Okay. And so when a person is emotional, meaning like they are up and down, like the ocean, like the waves of the ocean. One minute they feel this way, and a minute they feel that way. And so therefore they are prisoner and also at the mercy of what goes on around them. So therefore they're not in control of their emotions, and they're not in control. They don't have self-mastery, because self-mastery is about one controlling energy, being a energy worker. And so what I mean by energy worker, I don't mean it in the sense of like how people say, oh, I'm an energy worker, I work with Reiki or whatever. This is talking about, you don't even have to be in this field at all as far as being an energy worker. And so yes, you may hear the baby in the background. I couldn't wait, for those that may not want to hear, you could click off. I apologize about it, but I can't, always wait for it to be completely quiet when I am recording, because otherwise I wouldn't get any information out. Okay. All right. So with that being said, pardon me on that. So with being an energy worker, everyone is a energy worker, meaning that you, being that energy is always around, you're always working with energy. Okay. And so you may not know about energy. You may not know how to work with energy and how it even affects you. But however, it does affect you. So when someone comes into your energetic field, so you can look at some of the diagrams that are actually on the screen to read some of the information on there. So when someone comes, they don't even have to be around you. You can just think about them and notice the way how your energy or your mood may change. Remember, energy, moods, perspectives, they all are synonymous. Okay. And so the way how you may feel about something, that is the way how your feelings, your emotions, that's the way how you magnetize things towards you. This is the way how you manifest as well. So when they would talk about the law of attraction or the secret, they would say, or, some individuals would say the missing ingredient is, or the most powerful ingredient is your emotions, the way how you feel about something, because that's the way how you're going to bring it to you. With that being said, now, if you're feeling in a specific type of mood, or you feel a certain type of way about something, then therefore that thing that has made your mood feel this way or that way has control over you. So therefore, being an emotional individual is not good, meaning that what I mean by emotions is not being in control, being up and down, up and down. However, you do have another set of emotions that you can tap into, that you are able to bring about when you are ready to manifest a certain type of thing. So for example, if someone is trying to get you to feel a certain way about them, being congruent about something that you don't want to be in congruence about, or being in alignment with them about, therefore you ignore them with your emotions, so therefore they don't have control over you. However, because you won't bring it forth. So for example, if someone says, oh, they come to you and they're trying to gossip or trying to say something, and they want you to get get aboard, get online with them energetically, meaning they want you to feel the way how they feel. So when you start to feel the way how they feel, therefore they have convinced you, they have mastered your energy to be on the same page as them. However, when you repel that energy and you send it back to them, then therefore they don't have mastery of your energy. So if you really do agree with them, that's you being in control of your energy and saying, yes, as me being in alignment with what you said, in alignment with myself, okay, I agree with that. That's still self-mastery. But get what I'm saying? If someone convinces you or manipulates you into convincing and manipulating, or pretty much hand in hand, or able to get you aboard and try to make you feel the way how they want you to feel, or feel the way how they feel. So, for example, when people would say, oh, that person gets under my skin, I can't stand them. They have mastered your energy. Okay? So therefore, they have manifested something within you, and they're able to take not only just their energy, but they also can take your energy and use it to manifest what they want. And so with that also being said, is that you have to be careful who you allow in your energetic space. And so they could be miles and miles away. What I mean by that, I'm talking about any type of way, which you watch, which you listen to, who you listen to, how you listen to it. This is also talking about tarot readings, astrology readings. This is also talking about it's talking about all different types of things, even for those that may be more so like on the church type of thing. Prayer requests. Be careful who you allow to pray for you or you pray with. I used to just be like, okay, all right. If I don't agree with them, I don't have to agree with them. But however, if you give someone an access to your energy, they can take your energy. They can work with your energy. This is also why, if people believe in this, spells and stuff like that people can put hexes on people. All the hexes is just someone getting access to your energy that you probably have wide open anyway because you're not in self-mastery, and they just puppeteering your energy. But when you are in self-alignment and self-mastery, can't nobody puppeteer your energy, can't nobody have access to it. And this is talking about your emotional core, your energetic core, your emotions. When no one can get under your skin, when no one can get in there and make you feel a certain type of way, to use your emotions to manifest for them, you are in self-alignment. And so this is very, very important, especially with twins, because it's all about self-alignment. Shedding codependency. So what codependency means, meaning that you are dependent on something else outside of yourself. And this is for anything. That's why fasting, I will do another video on fasting and how important it is to even be codependent on food. So that's a whole nother story for another quote unquote time. So read these little phrases that I have placed on the screen. All right, so with your higher heart, okay, so your higher heart is like your higher self, pretty much. Your spirit man, your unlimited self, your graceful self, if you will, the overseer, whatever name you really want to place on it. Okay, and so with the higher heart, your higher emotions, so you can also say like your how you would say with your lower self or your lower heart or your lower emotions, your lower psyche, if you will, the ego man, and then you have your spirit man. And so with that being said, with your higher emotions is above all of that. And so your higher emotions or your higher self communes directly with the Holy Spirit, the Christos energy, the divine source. So therefore it's not moved by anything, if you think about it. Okay, so I have over on the Patreon page, I have the misconception of the subconscious mind. I also have the 333 love activate, unconditional love activation tier over there, in which we go over the sacred heart. Okay, but continuing on with this message. All right, so when you went with the higher heart, not only just being on a higher plane and being able to see things from multi-dimensional planes, but the higher heart, the higher self, is also able to see your roadmap, if you will. Also see your energetic imprint. Also see like things coming at you from all different directions. And so you think about energy. So a real quick note on energy. There's millions of energies around you at any given time. These are synonymous with thoughts. And so they're all vying to penetrate your energetic core to gain access. And so when you are in alignment, full alignment with your higher self, your higher heart, therefore you are in alignment with the perfect emotion at the perfect time. And so therefore it's almost like a repellent. Those other energies sort of kind of, fade to the back, fade away. And therefore you're resonating around you are those energies, ideas, thoughts, perspectives that are conducive for the full alignment within yourself. And so with that being said, that's like your higher heart is trying to lead and guide you to come to those type of emotions. So therefore you are, I hear engaging, one thing, with your higher self, but also too, you are in alignment and full congruence with the energies that are going to magnetize and manifest things for you. So let me take a quick note just to explain this. So remember how in the very beginning, how I was saying that in the beginning, before you came here, and I'm talking about the beginning before you actually came here. I'm not talking about the beginning, okay? When your destiny, your will, your purpose in life, this life, which is actually death, you know, but anyways, that's another video, that a co-creator, okay? So with that co-creator, let me break that down real quick. You are co-creator, your higher self and your lower self, it's like two halves that make a one, make a whole. And as together, co-creators with the divine source. And so I'm going to really fully explain this now. Okay, so with your higher self, before you came here in the 3D physical, created your divine purpose, your divine will, what you're supposed to do, blah, blah, blah. And so together, when you align with your higher self, your lower self and your higher self, therefore become co-creators here on earth to fulfill your divine purpose, to create your will in the 3D. So that your will, your divine purpose is in the spiritual realms. It is not physical. However, it's up to you with alignment with your higher self, and your higher self is fulfilling its purpose with the alignment. So therefore you can fulfill your purpose in the physical realms. Okay. It's already locked in stone in the spiritual realms. Okay. All right. And so with that being said, it's like you are a co-creator with your higher self. Okay. And so therefore, how can you create if you haven't aligned with your higher self? Yeah, you are creating, but it's like, it's lacking life, if you will. That's why they say, like, what does a gain if a man to gain the whole world if they lose their soul? It's like your higher self out of disalignment. Yeah, you may be creating something, but that stuff, what I see someone that has created like a cup or created something, and then it just disappears, it vanishes because it's not lasting. The physical isn't lasting, it's only temporary. But however, when you are co-created with your higher self, that's actually co-created with the divine source, it's like you are fulfilling something internal, that's external, that's eternal. Okay, on all aspects. So therefore it's long lasting, because when you align with your higher self, you're fulfilling your divine purpose, and you are doing things on the spiritual realm, and you're co-creating in the physical with the spiritual. So therefore it lasts. Okay. Excuse me. And so that's what the reason why in the Old Testament, the biblical text would say, I will give you the desires of your heart. So this is not talking about the physical heart. What I mean by that is like desires, like, oh, I wish I had this, I wish I had that, like things that we see with our physical eyes, like, ooh, I want this, like lust, if you will. All right. And so that's why you have to align with your higher self, because the desire comes from the higher self, because the desire knows your full purpose in life, knows your divine will. And so therefore, when you align, you receive that desire from your higher self. So therefore, it's like you fulfilling your divine purpose anyway. So therefore, it's like, yeah, of course you're gonna get the desires of your heart because you're in full alignment with what you're supposed to be doing. And so here comes the alignment, the three tiers, if you will, of the full alignment. Okay, so you know how people will have, so where does disease come from? Disease comes from disalignment. Okay, and so this is speaking about any type of disease under the sun. If you really think about it on a higher plane, it all comes from disalignment. But once you come in alignment, that full alignment, so the emotional, the energetic, the emotional, in alignment with the higher heart that sees everything in direct communes directly with the Holy Spirit, the Christos Energy, the divine source. that your emotions are in alignment. And when your emotions are in alignment, get this, your emotions, your energy, emotion, your emotions are in alignment, your physical heart will be in alignment, meaning that your whole body will be in alignment. No disease at all. I'm not saying that you won't have like instances where, for example, if you're about to give birth, that it won't be like some form of pain involved in it. And that's for those that have been following for a while or been on the Bible studies and stuff like that, you know, the swing of the pendulum with extreme pleasure, extreme pain, and the activations that come with that. So that's a side note. But anyways, it's like the disease is gone because there's nothing, no energetic blockages. So you think about blockages as far as in the arteries and in the heart, blah, 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 all that stuff like that. It's because it's disalignment. And the disalignment comes from what people would say, oh, your diet is out of disalignment. But when you are in direct communion with your higher self, you know what to eat. And I'm not talking about like how most people would say, oh, you better eat some fruits and vegetables, blah, 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 all that stuff like that. That it may or may not be for everybody. Let's just be for real. Like, that's this one aspect of science. It doesn't mean that they have tested every single person that has ever lived over the span of history, that's going to live, that's living right now, even today. So that's why science has it has a majority of the truth for regular individuals. Okay. All right. So that's just a side note. But anyways, so your higher self is going to tell you what to eat, how to eat it, when to eat, if you need to eat, what to do, when to do it, how to do it, blah, 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 all that stuff like that. So therefore, it won't be any disease. So therefore, that's the reason why they would say in the new earth, everything will be balanced, because it's like, yo, I'm in alignment with myself, so I know what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm not in disease at all. Nothing is diseasing me at all. Okay? So I hope that this helped to understand the three hearts and how they work. And how when alignment comes, it's like everything just falls into place. Like, you know, just a straight line, if you will. All right. All right. So I thank you guys once again. If you have any questions, make sure you just leave a comment down below, because those comments and those likes will help push this information to more divine ones. It's very, you know, important, you know, because I try to do I do what the Spirit tells me to do. And so learning, you can join the Patreon family for as little as $1.11 per month for access to exclusive podcasts, videos, and other content. And depending on which tier that you sign up under, that you will receive a free personal monthly reading. Swing by my Etsy shop where you can find a list of the services that I offer, starting at $5.55. I'm sure that you can find something that can accommodate your needs. With over 200 plus readings, I'm sure that you will be satisfied. The link is in the description.